All right, folks, welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming out for this special pop-up meeting where we launch a brand new compensation plan enhancement. And I've got the screen blurred because I'm going to go to the screen in a minute and show you some things. Comp plan details, these will be added after the event, not during the event. We want to keep everyone focused on the spirit of this and understanding the strategy of it. And before you get into the detailed numbers, we'll go through those. But what's most important is that you know that those are going to be posted. Also, we've recorded a new business overview video with the new pay plan. That'll be uploaded to your partner page later today. That's going to take a little more time to process. I've got it recorded, but got to process it and upload it. But it'll be tonight. That'll be done. And then also the comp plan training, not what we're going to do today, more official training by bonus type is being recorded today. Some of it's already done, and that'll be uploaded into the LMS. So what's most important that you know is this: effective immediately. As of all fundings for August, you are paid according to the new pay plan. We've been talking about this by the way, for 99% of you, that's a raise. Okay, so that's the good news. Congrats, you got a raise, not just on your own fundings, but if someone in your team gets a funding. So it's effective immediately on all August fundings. If you had someone fund yesterday, that was not an August funding. That was a July funding. You're paid according to the July fundings. It's part one. Part two, the compensation language in your back office is not updated yet. That will update over the next coming weeks, not days. So we couldn't update it prior because that would tip off everything that's happening. And also, the programmer is still finalizing some things. Doesn't affect the tracking of clients, doesn't affect your payout, anything like that. It does affect some of the automation. Some of the reports you pull will reference other things. We're changing all the reports. So just know that there's a state of transition here where some of the things you're used to maybe going in and looking at will not be relevant. We're not going to take them down if they're relevant, but some of the things we're going to slowly sunset. Some of the things we're going to modify. So just give us some grace with that. Because it certainly is going to take there's some transition time here. However, the compensation accuracy, paying you accurately, will be coming out starting Monday. So that's great news. As I said, the comp plan details they're already created. We've already got the booklet updated. It's not uploaded. We will not upload it till this ends. And it'll probably take 10 or 15 minutes after this ends to process and be available. The way you'll know it's available is the version on the screen will say 8/1/25, August 1st, 25. Right now, if you go look, it'll say January of 24 or 25. Okay, so that's 8/1 version, of course. We will again be uploading it later today. Let's get into it. One other notice that I want to mention. The new compensation plan, your personal commission is based on your total bonus revenue produced. Okay. Total bonus revenue produced going forward will be every type of bonus revenue. It does not count every type of revenue you've done in the past. It does count going forward, all revenue going forward. Okay. It does count all your unique bonus revenue that you've created in the past, bonus revenue. Okay. Residual revenue that you may have done on payment processing or healthcare does not count for the past. Renewals don't count for the past. So know that the total bonus revenue we have tracked we've been tracking it unique because of DAC 1, DAC 2, DAC 4, AD, RD. Those ranks all have a tracking of how many unique customers you've gotten and how much bonus revenue that's tracked. So I misspoke the other day when I said we're going to count all revenue. I'm meaning going forward. Going backwards, we're not. We're counting unique bonus revenue. Anytime you create a bonus revenue, new bonus revenue. So just know that if you were on that call and you heard me say we're counting all revenue, we are counting all revenue going forward. Going backwards, we're using the tally that we've been tallying called total bonus revenue, and that is clients and bonus revenue, but does not count renewal revenue. Okay, so just for clarity on that. Now, what this does is it pays you. I'm going to unmute my screen. Oh, wrong one. What this does is this pays you 4 different ways. There's personal commissions, there's override spread, there's a 5-level, and there's a leadership spread. Okay, those are the 4 ways you're going to be paid. Personal commission, override spread, 5-level leadership override. So let's get into it. And again, the details go into details on this, and this is not the training that's going to be an LMS. This is a launch discussion. Okay, so we're going to talk as much about strategy as anything else, but want to make sure you understand it. I'm going to take questions until we get them all answered. Okay, first thing you got to know is this: personal commission. You're going to have a ladder, a personal commission ladder. You'll get it in the comp plan details, and that ladder has got ranks in it, and it's got personal commission. The personal commission level goes from 10% if you're only a referral partner. A referral partner is someone who has not become certified. They're only earning 10% of bonus revenue. If you're not certified, you're considered a referral partner. You're just someone referring leads to someone else. Maybe you referred someone who became a referral partner. Hey, I'm a CPA. I have no interest in getting certified. I have no interest in talking to a bunch of clients, but I'll refer you, Brian Hinman. I'll refer you someone a time or two. And you sign me up as a CPA under you. I joined as a DAC broker, but I'm really just a referral partner. I never get certified. When I get funding, I'm only going to get 10%. You're going to see in a minute, you get the difference between where you are and where I am. But 40% is when you're a certified broker. Okay, you get 40% of bonus revenue certified broker. Now, we have a ladder here. This goes as high as 80%. And there's different rungs on the ladder. There's level, you hit 50%, 60, 70, and 80. And in between, I don't know if you can see that, but there's little dots. There's actually 3 tiers before the 50. And there's 3 before the 60. And there's 3 before the 70. So we wanted more bite-sized advancements rather than big leaps. We want you to be able to climb up this pretty readily, especially in the early days. We want you to be able to move up quickly, okay? So 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, it will give you the percentages you earn on your own clients. What we use to qualify is the number of customers and a bonus revenue total. Again, we're tracking all bonus revenue going forward. In the past, we talked bonus revenue of non-renewal clients, okay? Non-renewals for the past. Going forward counts every revenue. Didn't count payment processing in the past. Going forward, it will count payment processing, all right? So every revenue in the future counts, but where we're starting is what you've done in funding bonus revenue, new clients, all right? So how do you get to these levels? The ladder will show you this, but I'm just going to give you an idea. As an idea, to get to 50%, you need 2 clients, and bonus revenue equal to $5,000. When you've done that, you're at 50%. Okay, that's an example. Now there's steps in between here too. You can go to 42.5, 45, 47.5. So we'd go 2.5% up levels. Okay, but 2 and 5,000, give you an idea. 60% is 7 clients and 50,000. Because many of you at these levels already. Okay, 7 and 50,000. To get to 70%, 12 and 100,000. Now this is bonus revenue, of course, right? Get to 80%, it's 20 clients, 300,000. Okay? When you've done 300,000 in bonus revenue and 20 clients, you are at the 80% level. And there's steps along the way again. So you can get to 72%, 75%, 77%, etc. Right? So that's the ranks you need to get to the level. I mean, the numbers you need to get to the levels. We're giving these titles. You're a certified broker here when you're certified, but you're also a general agency. In the broker world, in the insurance world, a general agency is any broker who can build other brokers, recruit other brokers. They're called the general agency. So we're given the same term here, general agency. Okay? General agency. And again, you don't necessarily have to write all this down, just follow along because it's all printed right here. You're going to be able to print it in an hour when we're done, right? So general agency. Then as you move up the plan, you got GA2, GA3, GA4, GA5, GA6, GA7, GA8. So they're all GAs until you get the 60% level. Then it's called an MGA. Managing general agency, supervising general agency, and national marketing organization. Okay? Those are the levels that we have, the tiers. General agency 2 through 8, managing general agency 2 through 4, supervising general agency, national marketing organization. Okay? So when you hear, we're going to start using those terms a lot more. And we want you to know a couple things that are important. As you go up the ladder, you stay up the ladder. You don't have to worry about amped up, super amped, any of that. You go up the ladder, you stay up the ladder. Here's what you do have to do, though. You have to stay qualified to stay at the ladder. How do you stay at the ladder? This is a designation you'll see all throughout our company to get all the overrides, all the leadership bonuses, the 5-level pays, all the things you're going to see comes down to one thing. You need to be a qualified, certified broker. Well, how do you do that? Well, number one, you got to be a certified broker. So you got to get certified. And every year you have to recertify. Okay, so it's not just renewal, it's recertification every year. So number one, you got to be certified. You got that? Qualified just means everybody during their first 30 days is considered qualified. After that, you need $1,000 in bonus revenue or more in the last 6 months. Now, if you don't do that, if you don't stay qualified, so you don't do any bonus revenue in 6 months, not a renewal, not residuals, nothing. You don't get any new giggle clients. You don't get any new funding. So you don't do 1,000 in bonus revenue in the next 6 months. You then fall back down the ladder to either here, or if you make it to managing general agency, that becomes your new floor. You fall to MGA. So once you go past MGA, if you go uncertified, you fall to MGA. You don't fall down to 40. Now, you only fall until you get your next client and reactivate again. So let me give you an example. You move up to, you're at the 50% level. You got 2 clients, 5,000 bonus revenue. You're now at 50% in your next client, but you don't do anything for 6 months. And you don't have any renewals from your prior clients, and you do 0 volume. You now fall to 40%. Because you're now at 40%, your next client, what are you going to make? 40%, not 50, which is what you make now, right? So you fall to where you are today, the base level, 40%. If you got a client, you would have earned 50% on it. We're saying you're here. You would have earned 50% on it. And you probably would have bumped up to 52 or 55, and you bump up for 6 months, right? And you keep going. So as you're getting more customers, you're going to be moving up this ladder pretty quick. Between 40 and 60, between 40 and 50, you move quick. Between 50 and 60, you move pretty quick. And then it starts to get a little bigger jumps to move up to the next, because you got a lot of clients giving you renewals. By the time you're here, you should be doing a lot of volume every month, bonus revenue, because you got so many past clients that are renewing as well. Okay. So this is what you got to do to stay qualified. you got to be in the business of getting customers, right? That's what we do. If you're an insurance agent and you don't get any new insurance customers, you're losing customers, your pay is going down. You got to get new customers every month or every year or every few months. Here we're saying it's only every 6 months. Once every 6 months, and it can be an old customer renewing. So this isn't real tough. Okay. This isn't like, oh, cool, if you're doing this, you're a rock star performer. Absolutely not. This is just a minimum to say, hey, we're going to position you to make a lot of overrides in a minute. Personal commissions you always get, even if you're not a qualified certified broker. As long as you're a certified broker, you always get 40% no matter what, right? Yeah. So we're just talking about you got to stay qualified to stay up the ladder. Once you pass MGA, if you're at 72% and you don't do anything for 6 months, do no volume, boom, you go down to 60. You're at the 60% level now. Your next client, you're only going to earn 60, and then you're back up to 72 again because your total bonus revenue was already had you qualified for there. So it takes you back up. Okay. So that's your personal commission. Now, today's day, you're all at 40%. And if you get a client, you're amped up for 30 days, then you get a certain amount. And you're amped up, you're amped up, you're amped up. You are or you aren't. You don't get to go the ladder and stay there. Some of you are already in this category up here. Some may even be here. And so you're already getting the top, you're getting much higher pay. You don't have to be double amped to make 70% or 60%, etc. Okay. So that's personal commission. The huge the other thing I want you to know is you also get the spread. That's personal commission. First thing that we said we were going to talk about. Now we're going to talk about override spread. Second thing. That's the difference. So here's 80%. Here's 40. The override spread, this is what you're trying to go up this ladder. The override spread is the difference between you, let's say you're at 60%, and your broker. So you introduce David. David goes out and gets a client. What is David earning? I'm certified. Well, I'm at 40%. I'm at 40% of bonus revenue. You get the difference, 20% of bonus revenue. 20%. So let's just say it's a $4,000 bonus revenue. I made $1,600. You'd make the difference between where you're at and where I'm at, 20% of 4,000, you'd make $800, which in this case is 50% of what I made. So that's someone you personally enroll because they're at the 40, especially when they're brand new, they're going to be at 40. Brian, using that example we talked about, let's say you refer me, I'm a CPA, and I'm only at 10% because I'm not a certified broker. And I go refer that client just to assist them. And I only make 10% of 4,000. Now I made 400 as the CPA or the banker. I don't care. Hey, that's pretty cool. I'm making $400 to refer someone to something. That's pretty cool. You're at 60%. I'm only at 10. What do you make? The difference between 60 and 10, 50%. You make 50% of my client's 4,000 bonus revenue. Right? So you make the spread between where you are and where your team is. So you can see why it's important to support your team. You earn significant override spreads on them. Now, it doesn't stop with the people you enroll. This override spread is paid through your entire organization. You get that on everybody in your team, you minus where they are. You minus where they are. You minus where they are. Every broker in your team. If you build an agency, nobody has to. A lot of people say, I'm just going to focus right here. I'm going to drive my personal commissions. I don't need a team. Great. You don't need a team. You don't ever have to do it. But other people's efforts, if you're doing very well, you're going to have some people say, hey, can I do that too? Can I do that too? You make your spread minus wherever they are in your team. So let's just say you're at 60 again. You introduce David. I'm at 40 because I'm certified. I introduce 3 people. They're all at 40 because they're certified. This person's at 10 because they're just a referral partner. This one bangs it out and gets to 50%. They're rocking. They've already got a couple clients. They're moving along. You're here at 60. This person referred 3 people, and they're at 40, 50, 40. This one referred someone, they're at 45. So as you get clients, you move up the ladder, right? This person referred a few, and they're at 40, 60. Whoa, they made some things happen. Cool. 40. What happens is every time a client is acquired, you make the difference between where you are and where they are. This person down here gets a client. I'm just going to say 2,000 bonus revenue. It's a smaller deal. It's a $25,000 funding, had 2,000 bonus revenue. 2,000 bonus revenue, they make 40%, they make $800 on 2,000. You make the difference between their 40, it's under this person, not this one. So they don't get anything because they're not in their team. It's going up this ladder. It's all 40s. There's no one above 40. So you'd get 20% on their 2,000. You'd make $400 override spread because you're positioned on this person's funding. They made 800, you made 400. You made 50% of what they made because you position yourself. Now, you go up, this person does something. They're at 50%. Let's say it's 2,000 again. 2,000 bonus revenue. They got 50% equals $1,000 they earned, right? They earned $1,000. This person, well, they're at 50. What are you at? 60. You'd make 10% of their 2,000. You'd make 200, which is 20% of what they made. Pretty darn good. So you made $200 on them. So the difference to the spread. Well, let me give you an example where you don't get a spread. This person has someone who's already at 60% level. And they go get a $2,000 bonus revenue deal. They're making 60%. They made $1,200. This person didn't make an override spread because they're only at 50. This person didn't. They're only at 40. This person, you're at 60. They're at 60. No override spread left. No override spread. Someone above you is at 65. They're getting some. Someone above them at 70, they're getting some. You're at 60, they're at 60. It's even. There's no override spread unless there's a spread. Okay? So anyone under this person's team, as they build a brokerage, they're getting the 60%. You wouldn't get any override, just like these people wouldn't. Now, if you get yourself up to 64, 65 by getting some more clients, now you will get 5% on their group. Make sense? Good. Pretty simple. Now, that's override spread. This is what got me out of General Motors because I got my butt up the ladder and then I had a strategy, which is wide. First, deep, second. Meaning, once I was at 80, every new person I recruited, I was getting the full spread on. It doesn't matter even if you're only at 60. If you're at 45, if you're at 50, everyone you introduce, you're getting full spread on. You're getting 80 over 40. You're making 40% of their bonus revenue. You're making what they make when you're at 80 and you recruit new people. And then as they're building their groups, it's a long time before they get to 80%. And until they do, you get an override spread on all of it. So as you move up this ladder, you position yourself. And you don't have to be there now. You can build a massive team now and get there. Most people will never get here. Most people, if you had a team of 1,000 brokers, you might have 10 who get here. Be one of them. And you'll override all 1,000 brokers on every bit they do. You'll earn more than the company earns on your team, for certain. But you got to get there. You got to get to 300,000. Focus on 3 million in lifetime funding. Actually, just go to 3.5 million lifetime funding, 4 million. Say 4 million lifetime funding will equal 300,000 bonus revenue as an example. Just get after it. Get after it. Get after it. Okay. So the strategy is move up and keep going wide as you go, build overrides. Now, we're not done. This is all you need. This is all I had. This is all I had to get me out of General Motors. If someone reached the same rank as me, sorry, you no longer get paid on them. It's called a breakaway group. Don't get paid on them anymore. But I'm going to show you what we did to solve that, which that company I was a part of did as well and had to do. But I'll come to that in a minute. It's called leadership overrides, but we're going to get to that in a second. First, we're going to go to the 5-level pay. This is your focus, guys. Don't change your focus is right here. Personal commission ladder. Move up it. It positions you to earn more on your clients and a lot more override spread. Most money will be made in the override spread. Okay. But as your group matures, people are going to reach the same level as you. And there won't be an override spread anymore because you'll be at 80 and they'll be at 80, or you'll be at 60 and they'll be at 60, right? So we also have the 5-level pay. No matter what, we have a 5-level agency pay that you can qualify for. Level 1, you're always qualified for. It's 4% of bonus revenue, which is the same as today's 10% of what they make. Just so you know, 10% of their 40 is 4%. But we're doing everything on bonus revenue now, not income match. You're getting paid on their bonus revenue, not on what they make. Okay. So this is really a big raise. You may not feel like it, but you're paying out a lot more. So you make 4% no matter what. So if you're at 40% today and you haven't gone up the ladder yet, and you introduce me, and I'm at 40% because I'm certified. You have to be certified, by the way. You make 4 no matter what if you're a certified broker. Want to make sure you know that. You got to be a certified broker to get paid on level 1. If you're a referral partner, you don't get paid level 1. Okay. Certified broker, 4%, level 1. So you don't get an override spread because you're at 40 and they're at 40. So you're like, darn it, I don't get an override spread, but you still get 4% of their bonus revenue if they get a client. If they get a client, they're moving up to 42, 44, 45. You're still at 40. So if you recruit someone who's more productive than you, that climbs the personal commission ladder more, you're still going to make 4% on what they do no matter what. Okay. So we haven't taken that away. You don't have to be a qualified certified broker for that, but you have to be a certified broker. Okay. Which means you got to be certified in the system and redo that every year. So if you have 10 personally enrolled brokers, you're making 4% minimum on all of them, even if you never climb the override spread. Okay. Make sense? You can also earn level 2, 3, 4, and 5. These percentages are 2%, 2%, 2%, and 2%. These are reserved for people who build a personally enrolled team of active brokers. It's the only way to get level 2, 3, 4, and 5 is to personally enroll brokers. If you're producing, getting customers, you get the override spread in the personal commission ladder. Right? You get the personal commission ladder and override spread. That's it. If you don't ever build a big team wide, you don't go out and recruit 10 brokers, no problem. You know, I'm looking at some real estate companies out there. Brokers have 150, 200 licensed agents they've introduced. And if they don't have 50 to 100 personally enrolled agents getting fundings, it's hard to keep their office open, right? So if getting 50 to 100 is not uncommon. If you talk to some people in the insurance space, I was talking to someone the other day who's in health insurance, got 130 active brokers writing policies every month. 130 personally enrolled brokers writing policies every month. That's a pro mindset. That's what you want to be, and it's who you're looking for. It's not a, hey, I'm in this thing mindset. That person's trying to make $1 million a year and makes more than that, actually, but didn't just get there. It's like 99% of the people who start in health insurance quit. He didn't. He climbed the personal ladder and became a national marketing organization. And now he does override a lot of other, and now many of his agents can now build agents. It's health insurance. We're not in that. We're in business funding. And most companies, they don't allow you to be a general agent. We're calling you a general agent because that's in the industry known as I can build my own agency. Yes. Day one, you can. You've always been able to, right? So how do you get level 2, 3, 4, 5? You'll see it in the details, but it's by having personally enrolled active brokers. It's not about getting personally enrolled brokers. That doesn't matter. It's how many of them are actively producing. And they have to produce every 6 months or they're not considered active, right? Remember what a qualified broker was? 1,000 bonus revenue in 6 months. That's only like $200 a month in production. It's not huge. So we're talking minimal production. It really should be called minimal qualification production, but we're not going to say that. Qualified certified broker is if you have 3 of them, you get through 2 levels. So these are your personally enrolled qualified brokers. They got to be doing $1,000 in bonus revenue or it's their first 30 days. You recruit me and I get certified, then during my first 30 days, not from when I certified, but when I started, I'm not qualified till I'm certified broker. Then if it takes me 10 days to do that, I'm only qualified for another 20. Okay, but I'm still a qualified certified broker for you for 20 days anyway. If I get a client, great, good for you. So you need 3 personally enrolled and you get level 2. 6, you get level 3, 10, 20. This is what you need to become a qualified or to get 5 levels with us. Now, in today's language, in yesterday's language, we were talking about percent match. We were saying what percent you earn match on your team's income. Your team was making 40%, and you'd get a percentage of that. This is the equivalent of 5% match on what they make of their base commission, right? So this looks like it's less, but it's actually more. You're getting pretty nice payout on every level. In the past, we didn't pay you this 5 levels. You couldn't earn on fundings unless you had an override. The only way you got paid on fundings before is override spread, and it stopped at DAC 4. DAC 1, DAC 2, DAC 4. Those were the override spreads we had before. We didn't call them that, but that's what we had. And if you had to get area director, regional, national, we had others, but we didn't talk about them much because you needed big teams to get there. And most people weren't qualifying for them because of the way it was done. So we've done it this way. Everyone can grow the ladder here. A lot of people got DAC 4, got 4 clients and got funding. I'm looking at people on the screen. I know are DAC 4, and you got overrides on, but it was easy for your team to get there too. So they cut out your override. You didn't get 5 level pay. So you weren't even getting paid on their fundings. If I was on your level 3 and we were both DAC 4, you were earning 0 on me. That bothered me, right? So this 5 level pay is an answer to that. You now get paid on every funding, but you got to do your part. If you got 20 frontline personally enrolled active, you're starting to make some things happen. You're getting some nice override spreads and you're getting 5 levels. And it's compressed levels. If there's no activity, it doesn't count as a level. The people below it, it's like Plinko. They pop up until there's activity. So if there's 4 people between you and them before anyone gets a funding, they don't count as a level. That would be a first level for you. Okay? So know that. It'd be a level 2 for you because level 1's always paid. There's always someone qualified for level 1, but level 2 they'd pump up to level 2 then. So that's 5 level pay. Pretty darn cool. We didn't have that. Now we do. Make a lot more personal commission, a lot more override commission, a lot more 5 level commission. And one other thing we got was called leadership override. We'll call it the 80 maker. The 80 makers. This is for the people who become NMO. National market, they're at the 80% level. And then they have people get the 80% level. So if you're at 80 and I'm in your team, David down here, and I get to 80, you no longer get paid override spread on me, right? My whole organization, if I have one, I may not. I may just be a personal customer getter. But assuming I have an organization, which most of our brokers do, you would get override spread of 0 on me now. Override spread because we're both at 80. Right? You'd still have the 5 level pay potentially if I'm on your 5 levels, but I may be on level 20 for you. And you don't get level 1 through 5 anymore. So what we do is we have what's called a NMO makers bonus, which says if you're at 80 and you help someone get 80, we're going to give you on their group 2% of all their bonus revenue. If they're doing 200,000 in bonus revenue a month, you're going to make $4,000 on that. In addition to any other bonuses you make. So you no longer get an override spread, but you now get a 2%. And as it was, they were probably at 77.5. So you were only getting 2.5. Now you're getting 2. So you still get paid. And that actually goes through another 80 maker. So if David has someone in his team, Lisa gets to 80, you're still getting 2 on Lisa as well. So we do that through 2 generations of 80 percenters. So you don't have to be shy about helping people get to 80. In fact, get them there. The more who are there, the more they're going to be overriding in solid teams and doing great production, having big incentive to do great production, and you're going to make 2% minimum plus your 5-level pay. 2% of bonus revenue minimum plus your 5-level pay. So, team, you got the personal commission, climb that ladder and stay there. And even if you go inactive for 6 months, if you're above 60, you just fall to 60 until you get your next client. You're still getting 60. That's like our amped up today. It's huge. And then you climb back up the ladder. Okay, so if you're at 80 and you go inactive for 6 months and none of your old clients get a funding, no, you don't do any bonus revenue. You have no legacy revenue coming in residually on PayPro or any of the other services. You'd fall to 60. What override spread do you get if you're at 60? A lot less. Stay qualified, right? If you're not qualified, you don't get override spread. So you'd fall down to 60, and you have to be a qualified broker to get override spread and to get 5-level pay and to get leadership overrides. All the team agency pay except level 1, I'm going to repeat this. All the team agency pay except level 1 requires you are qualified, certified broker. You got to be certified and you got to be qualified. $1,000 in bonus revenue in the last 6 months. Renewals count, payment processing counts, giggle counts, everything counts toward that $1,000. It's not hard for people who've gotten a batch of customers to do $1,000 in bonus revenue. Okay, so it's not, I don't see many people going here and falling to 60, but we wanted to put something in there. You got to have a qualification. And once you've got a legacy group of customers, you should have no problem. And we've got people who do $1,000 a month legacy right now without a new customer, just old residual customers. That'll all count toward this. All right. So personal commission ladder, go up it, stay up it, rock and roll, and make a lot more. You're getting 80%. Even if you're only at 50, 60, it's a big raise from where you are today. Big raise. Plus you get override spread, big raise. Plus you get 5-level pay, big raise. Minimal, it's the same 10% of what they make, which is 4% of the bonus revenue. And then the leadership override for those who do hit 80 and have people who hit 80 in their team. All right, so I'm going to give you one more example, and then we're going to take questions. You're at 65. This guy's at 55. This girl's at 60. This guy's at 50. This guy's at 40. This is your line. Okay? And this is your new guy. Gal. Either one, doesn't matter. I want you to just write these down real quick and do a little math with me and see if you got this down. Let's say it's $10,000 in bonus revenue. It's a big client. It's a $120,000 client, produced $10,000 bonus revenue. Okay, it wasn't a full 10%. It was 8%. So you make $10,000 in bonus revenue. Let's just say it's a $130,000 client, $10,000 bonus revenue. This agent for 40% of 10,000. What do they make? $4,000. 40% of 10. What is this person? We're going to call this person Lisa. What does Lisa make in personal commission? 0. It's not her client. We're going to go through all 4 of these. What does Lisa make in personal? 0. It's not her client. What does Lisa make in override spread? Well, 50 minus 40, because there's no one in between, 10%. 10% of 10,000 is what? $1,000. So Lisa makes 1,000 in override spread. Can you see that okay, or do I get a different marker? I'll go to blue. Lisa makes $1,000 in override spread. Okay. Pretty good. 5-level pay. Does Lisa make anything in 5-level pay? We don't even have to know if she's qualified or not, because level 1 you automatically get as long as you're certified. Let's assume she's certified. Actually, override spread, we'd have to say, is she qualified? Yes, she's qualified. She did 1,000 in the last 6 months. Okay, then she gets $1,000. If she wasn't, she wouldn't get the override spread. Right? So, but Lisa's qualified. It's level 1 to Lisa, right? So what does Lisa earn on level 1? 4% of bonus revenue. What's 4% of $10,000? 400. So she made another 400 there. Leadership override. This is only for people at the 80% level or higher. Is she there? No. So Lisa made $1,400 on Joe's client. Joe made 4,000. She made, I don't know, what is that? 40%? Just under 40%, 35% of what she made. Okay. Now, we're not done though, because above Lisa is Bill. And Bill is at the 60% level. We first have to say, is he a qualified certified broker? Did he do 1,000 in the last 6 months? Yes. Okay, cool. He's qualified. So what does he make? Does he make personal commission? No, it's not his client. Does he make override spread? Yes. He makes how much? 60 minus 40 is 20, but doesn't get all of that. Why? Because Lisa got some of it. Lisa already got 10. So Bill gets the difference between his 60 and 50. So Bill's going to get 10% override spread of 10,000. Bill's going to get $1,000. Override spread. What else does Bill get? Level 2, if and only if Bill's got 3 frontline qualified brokers. Remember the 5-level pay you had to have, I erased it, but you had to have 3 frontline qualified brokers to get paid level 2. Bill doesn't have that. He's only got 2. Bill doesn't get 2% of that 10,000. Bill lost $200 because Bill didn't have 3 front lines. If Bill had 3 front lines, he would have made $200 on this funding in addition to the override $1,000. So instead of making $1,200, Bill only made $200. I mean, only made $1,000. Okay, let's go up. Here's Kim. Kim here. Does she get an override? Does she get a personal customer? No, it's not her client. Does she get an override spread? Well, her 55 is higher than his 40, but there's people in between. Bill is higher than Kim. Kim doesn't get an override on Bill's group. Bill's getting it. He's at 60. See that? So Kim doesn't get override spread anymore on Bill unless he goes inactive. But because he's active, she doesn't get it even if she's qualified because she's not above Bill. She's got to be at a higher number. There's no override spread there. But does she get 5-level pay? Well, level 1, 2, 3. It's level 1, 2. Level 3 to Kim is this volume. So you say, okay, does Kim get paid through level 3? Well, does she have 6 frontline? She does. She has 6 frontline active brokers. Not just Bill, but 5 others. She's qualified. Oh, beautiful. Then she would get level 2, level 1, 2. She'd get level 3. I'm sorry, level 2. Level 3, sorry. She'd get level 3 because she has 6. She'd get 2% of that 10,000. She'd make 200. So she's going to get $200 off this client. She doesn't get any override spread. It's not her client, but she is qualified to get paid through her organization through 3 levels. So any broker in her first 3 levels, she's getting 2% of any other bonus revenue through the 5-level pay. Okay, we're not done. I want you to see, I want to make sure you get this. Here's Tony. Tony's at 65, and we'll say 75, 70, 80, 80. Just so you can, I mean, this is how it's going to look, and I want you to know how it tracks. This is all the computer does. It looks up and it says, okay, Tony, does Tony get a personal commission? No, he's not the customer getter. Does Tony get an override spread? Is he qualified with a certified? Is he qualified with 1,000 in the last 6 months? Yes. So he gets override spread. Is there any override spread between him and this customer? Is he higher than everyone between? Yeah, he's got 5% more than this person. So he's going to get 5% override on this 10,000. So Tony's getting $500. Tony doesn't even know me. But Tony's going to get $500 on my client. And then also 5-level pay. Does he get paid? Yeah, Tony's qualified for all of it. He's got 10 wide personally enrolled brokers who are active. So he gets 4 levels. So he's going to get 2% more on level 10. So he's getting another $200 4th level pay. He made $700 on my client. And he's got 10 of these a week starting in his group. 10 of these a week somewhere in his team. And he's making $700 average on them. And he's got 10 a week at $700 average because he's positioned himself to get overrides even on fundings way down here. Because everyone has an incentive to enroll at front level. Because it helps them qualify. And because they earn significant override spreads and level 1 pay, no matter what. And because they have an incentive, so do they have an incentive, the people they introduce, and so do they have an incentive. And Tony's positioned himself by getting customers to override more than Kim, more than Bill, more than Lisa, who brought this person in. Lisa got paid. Lisa got paid, remember? She made the 10% override and she made the level, the 4% enroller pay. She made good money, but so does Tony. And we're not done because above Tony is Mary. I'm just trying to do short names, guys. Mary. Does Mary get a personal commission on this client? No, she's not the customer getter. Does she get an override spread? Is she qualified? Yes, she's got the 1,000 bonus. Nobody's not going to have 1,000 bonus revenue with a group. Why would you miss out on bonuses, right? You're going to do your volume. But Mary's got an override spread of how much? 75 minus 40? No, because there's people who took some of that. She gets 75 minus the highest person in her team, Tony. So she's going to get a 10% override spread on this customer. 75 minus the highest is 65, 10%. What's 10% of 10,000? $1,000 Mary made in an override spread. Come on now. Come on now. And level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Level 5. Is she qualified for level 5? I bet Mary's qualified for level 5 by having 20 personally enrolled brokers. And if so, she's going to get another 2% or $200. So she made $1,200 on this person's client. So Lisa made $1,400. Bill made $1,200. Kim didn't get paid. Tony made $700. Mary made $1,200. And now who's above Mary? Bill. I know there's another Bill. There's another Bill. Does Bill get personal? No, he's not the customer getter. Does he get an override spread? No. Why? Because he's below Mary. Mary's at 75. He's only at 70. There's no override spread available. Mary got it. He'd have to be at 77, which is the level above 75 or 80, right? So he's not going to get it. Does he get 5-level pay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's on your 6th level. Nope, Bill. He's finally broken out of it at that point. He doesn't get paid. So finally, someone's not getting paid on this client, even though they're qualified, because they didn't stay ahead of their team, which is okay. They're earning great money on the 5 levels on Mary. Bill's glad Mary's past him. He made a lot of money, plus he's getting level 1 on Mary no matter what, because he enrolled her. So he's doing well, but he doesn't get paid on this client, right? Now, Who's above Bill? Give me a name. Les. Elizabeth, but she goes by Les. All right, Leslie. We'll call her Leslie. No, Liz. We'll just do Les. Sorry about that. Les. Les makes personal commission. No, she didn't get the customer. Override spread. Why? She's at 80. 75 is the next highest. How much does she make? 10? No. 5. The difference between where she's at and the highest person between her. So she's going to get 5% of that 10,000, 500 bucks. 500 bucks. In addition to that, level 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, outside of level 5. That's all she makes. Les makes 500 bucks. I had a client way down here that all these people already got paid a lot of money on. If you do the math, you'll see we're paying out 10,000. We pay out whatever bonus revenue is. Okay, so then you go there's another person above that. Holy cow. Well, she can't get anything. This is Tina. Women are rocking in this line. Tina, is she the personal customer getter? Nope. Override spread, does she get one? Nope. Les got it. Darn it. 5 level? Nope. Below 5 levels. Leadership override? Oh, wait a minute now. Is Tina at the 80% level? Yeah. Does she have an 80 in her team? Yeah. So she now gets the 2% override spread. 2% of that, 200 bucks, goes to Tina. Why didn't Les get the 80% override spread? Because you only get it when someone in your team breaks the 80. She's already got 5, she got 5% override spread already. That's why she didn't get this. Just so you only get the leadership override when you make someone 80%. When you help someone get 80%, then you get the 2 on their team. Okay? So that's how the pay plan trickles out. Make sense to everybody? Exceptional, 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 exceptional. And I'm going to do one more fun thing here, and then we're done. Take your questions. Les up here. She's loving life. She's doing great. Les goes out and introduces me, David. I'm a certified broker. I went and got qualified. I'm a certified broker. And I'm going out and get a client. Why? Because Les is at the 80% level and she says, listen, I'm here. I'll show you how to get there. All you got to do is hone it in. Talk to more clients, It's the right fit. Believe in what you do. Don't try to get everyone to become a customer. Offer what we got, offer what we got, offer what we got. People need to grow. They need to know about our funding platform. You don't convince them. A lot of people don't. If you don't want to sell your house, you don't tell them to sell their house. If you're in real estate, you let them know I'm a great broker if and then you ever want to sell a house, right? Well, in the business funding space, you don't talk people into getting a loan, but you let them know what you do in case, if and when they need funding, you're their person. And until then, hey, maybe they're payment processing. It's a great way to get that $1,000 every 6 months out of the way. But I love it. I love it. Who do I got to talk to? And I talk to all my warm market, and I talk to 20 business owners that I know, and I tell them how much we're doing and how fun this is. And one of my friends goes, I need 50 grand like yesterday to open a second location. Great. I introduce them to my platform. They get $50,000. And they get it, let's just say they get it at a real good core rate. Core rate. So the bonus revenue is only 5% of the funding amount instead of, I'm going to say 6% for even math. It's only 6% of the funding amount instead of 10. So 50,000, bonus revenue is $3,000. What do I make? David, personal customer. What does he make? 40%, because I'm at the 40% level. 3,000 bonus. And now what's going to happen is I'm going to move up the ladder. You don't know the numbers yet, but I'm going to move up the ladder because I got 1 and a certain amount of bonus revenue. So to move up the ladder, all you need is 1,000 bonus revenue with 1 client. You're at 42.5. 2,000 bonus revenue with 1 client, and you're at 45. So I've already got my 2,000 bonus revenue. I'm already at 42.5 now on my next one. But this one I got 40. And the one after that, I'm going to be at 45. But I'm already at 40. So I make 1,200 bucks. I'm going, you got to be kidding me, Les. It's the best thing ever. I made $1,200. I'm jacked out of my mind, stoked out of my mind, all those exciting terms. Les is a professional. I'm an amateur. I'm excited. I can't believe this. This is the greatest thing ever. Les knew it would happen. Les is only looking for people who are going to talk to clients. Les doesn't want everybody who joins. She wants those who want to get after it, have integrity, doing the right thing. Les, introduce me. So does Les make a personal commission on me? No, because I got the customer. Does she make an override spread? 80 minus 40. She's making 40%. So let's put Les's numbers right here in red. Les made 40% of that, $1,200. What did I make, by the way? $1,200. I made $1,200. I need a bigger blue. I made $1,200 because I made 40% of 3,000. Les, the pro, she made an override spread of 40 because she's at 80. I'm at 40. She makes a difference, 40%. Les made $1,200 plus 5 level pay. What level am I into Les? First. Does she make it there? 4%. What's 4% of 3,000? Another 120. Okay. And does Les get leadership override? No, because I'm not there yet. So Les made $1,320 on me. Well, I made $1,200 on my client. I'm ecstatic because I helped my client get 50 grand. I made $1,200 and I started 4 days ago. This is the best thing ever. Override spread equals significant coaching compensation. Even if you're only at 60% and you introduce David. Last scenario, you're at 60 and you introduce David, who's at 40. And David gets that $3,000 client, 3,000 bonus revenue, I mean, at 40%. David makes $1,200. David's happy. He made $1,200. You're at Bill's 60% level, Bill. Bill introduced me. Bill makes 60 minus 40 is 20 because he's qualified to get the override spread. He did the 1,000 in the last 6 months. So he makes the 20%. What's 20% of 3,000? $600. I'm sorry, $1,800. 60%, 1,800. Yeah. No. 20%. Sorry. 60 minus 40. 20% of 3,000 is $600. So Bill makes $600. Plus he makes level 1 because he introduced me 4%. 4% of 3,000, 120. He makes $720 for introducing me and helping me get my first client. You see how it doesn't take a lot of people when you got these huge override spreads. The last scenario, I know I said last, this one I need to show. I've covered it twice. You're going to get in the details, but I want to show you the visual. Bill's here at 60%, but Bill is not qualified. He hasn't done volume in 6 months. He's not qualified. He introduces David. David does a $3,000 bonus revenue. David makes $1,200. Same exact scenario. Bill would be entitled to a 20% override spread, but Bill's not qualified. Now, he stayed at 60% because remember, once you go above MGA, if you don't qualify, you fall to MGA. Well, that's where he was, so he doesn't fall to 40. He stays at 60 when he gets his next client, but he's not qualified for override spread because he hasn't done volume in the last 6 months. So, what does he earn an override spread on me? 0. The override spread says, oh, Bill's not qualified. Bill's the person who introduced me, so it goes override spread. Nope. Oh, Kim. Kim's going to get 15 points. Her 55 minus my 40. It passes me. It goes up the line to the first qualified person. I'm not qualified. So Kim was. She got 15. Tony, he's going to get 10 more. Mary's going to get 10 more. Les is going to get, so it's always paid to the upline. I just didn't qualify for the override spread. Now, what I did qualify for is 5 level. Why does what does Bill qualify for? Override? Nope. He's not, he hasn't qualified in the last 6 months. Does he get 5 level pay? Well, because it's level 1, you're always qualified unless if you're a certified broker. So Bill is going to get the 4% on my 3,000. Bill's going to get 120, but he's going to miss the override spread, even though he's my recruiter, because he's not eligible to receive override spread unless he's active in the last 6 months. Y'all follow that? I'm going to confuse you one little thing because some of you are really good. There is one way Bill cannot have volume in the last 6 months. Oh, no. There's no way he would have got here in his first 30 days. I was going to say it could be his first 30 days, but he wouldn't be at 60% in his first 30 days without having over $1,000 in bonus revenue. So Bill would not be able to be eligible. So it rolls to the upline. All right. So hopefully that clarifies everything. The details we're not going to post until we hang up here. I'm going to tell Morgan when to do it. Morgan's got him on standby. I don't want to do them early because I want you to be able to get questions. They will be posted today, and you will see a new back office video. But I'm excited. Hopefully you're excited. Let's go to some questions. Wade Cordell, you're first. You were on early. I know, Ellen, you had your hand up. Wade wanted to share something earlier, but he said, I want to wait for the biz op, so I'm going to let him go first, and you'll be next. Go ahead, Wade.
Okay, let's talk about 5 level pay. There is compression, correct?
Yes.
Man, that's huge. What that means, guys, is that you don't have open spots. If you got people that have done stuff on your 37th level, and all these people are not doing, or a couple are doing it, that could come all the way up to your second level, third level, fourth level. It won't be your first because you didn't you weren't personal, but it will certainly move up, and that's a big difference. And the final thing I'm gonna say is you want to get as many people at 80 as you can,
Yes.
because we're just getting the overrides. That's what we're getting. We're getting part of a commission, part of whatever their commission is. Now we're getting part of the bonus revenue. I mean, we're going to make more than on those spreads than a person who is at 10% and they don't do anything. I mean, they're just referring customers. But I'm going to get, so if I had and I wish I did have, but if I had um, Matt under me at 80 and he had Nick under him at 80, um, then I'm still getting 2% off of both of them.
Yep. And five
Wow.
level pay if they're compressed up to your 5 levels.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Good stuff. Ellen Wynn. How you doing, Ellen? There you go.
Unmuted?
You're unmuted.
Awesome. Oh, I can see another sleepless night ahead of me going through these numbers. This is so exciting. Thank you, David. Thank you, Wade, both of you. I know you had contributions to this plan all coming together. I have a question
Yes.
on the 1,000 6 month. Can you clarify, is that a rolling 6 months? Is that cumulative? Can you just clarify that 1,000?
It's a
Bonus.
rolling 6 months, last 6 months from every bonus. So literally, if a funding happens today, because these are paid daily, it looks for the last 6 months. Let's say it's you. Let's say you're the upline leader that we're looking to see if we pay you the override spread. It's going to look for the last 6 months from today and say, did Ellen do $1,000 in personal bonus revenue from today past the past 6 months? It's not calendar months.
All
It
total.
is 6 months, but it's from that day, not the beginning of that month, but that day.
All total
Rolling
combined.
6 months.
All added together.
Yeah,
Cumulative.
if you get one client who does $1,000 bonus revenue today, you know you're qualified for 6 months. If you get another one with $300 bonus revenue 3 months from now, well, that'll help you in 6 months because you'll have 300 in arrears still, but that thousand is going to fall off in 6 months. So it stays on for 6 months, and as long as you have 1,000 in the table for the last 6 months, you're qualified. That's where residuals help. I mean, payment processing customers. All those customers help because they produce, like, Wade's got a customer that's over 1,000 bonus revenue on payment processing alone. So we are adjusting the bonus revenue down a little bit on payment processing, guys, because we used to pay a lot less, so we could have it a higher bonus revenue. Now, because we're paying out all the bonus revenue, we have to lower bonus revenue. So if you're a big payment process, I got some payment processing customers. Let's just say I got a telecom customer, it's $1,000 bonus revenue a month. That may only be 700 bonus revenue starting next month because we're paying out so much more. You're now getting 70% of it instead of 20 to 50, right? So it's out, or 60% or 50%, whatever. We're paying out so much more and to the upline. So we had to reduce the bonus revenue on the residual services, the payment processing, namely. So just so
So
you know.
David, if I had that, I got that one. Let's say that we lowered a little bit, and it's a little under 1,000. So every 2 months, I'm way over 1,000. That starts at 6 months over again at that period. Oh wow, yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
as long as you're doing $200 a month residually, you're gonna have 1,200 every 6 months. I mean, it's not hard to do $1,000 if you have two giggle clients a month, and they're
Yeah.
only kicking out $100 bonus revenue each, and renewals even one renewal. You look at the Dehane boys, men. I'm sorry, I can't imagine a time period where they haven't done thousands every 6 months, multiple thousands just from renewals, not counting new customers, just old customers renewing. And many of you are in the line of credit, lock draws, everything counts. Jose Vasquez, you're up.
Okay, can you tell me for the NMO the total number of clients you need and the revenue part?
20 and 300,000 bonus revenue. And you'll see it on the chart, but that's 20 clients, 300,000 bonus revenue. What counts as a client? A unique customer retail ID that produces bonus revenue.
Okay, thank you.
Does not have to have a minimum 300, 500, any of that. It's got to be a unique customer. Now, there could be a time if we see people gamemanship, they get one big client, now they put on 20 bogus customers with $1 bonus revenue each just to qualify. We're not going to allow that. So, there's a spirit behind this. We're not going to allow gamesmanship. But the goal, if you get a payment processing client, they're only doing $10 bonus revenue, you're trying your butt off, we're going to count it as a customer. Right. But if you go sign up 5 payment processing customers for yourself in your own name just to qualify for something, well, that's scamming. Right. So we want 20 legitimate customers. The bonus revenue is what matters most, not the customer. But if someone did 300,000 bonus revenue and only had one customer and did 19 bogus ones, they're not going to be at 80%. We're not going to do that. So we want 20 real customers. All right. I think that's Kevin who's got his hand up, and then Ellen's got her hand up again. So we'll go to Kevin first.
All right. Hey, David, thank you. This is great stuff.
Thank you, sir.
Had a question. Why was in the example the first 4 or 5, and even Inez or Liz, whatever her name was, why weren't we looking at L1 leadership bonus?
Because there's no 80% leadership override is only paid on your breakaway group. It's not paid down. You're getting the override.
Okay.
You're already getting override spread. You're getting 80 to 70. You're getting 5%.
Okay.
Les is getting 5 already. So that's only paid on them once they break away.
Okay, got it.
Once they break out of your override spread, then you get the 2 on them.
Perfect. Thank you.
Great question. Ellen Wins got her hand up. Go ahead, Ellen.
All right, another one popped into my mind. Okay, so you said that all current previous customers count towards our total right now, right?
Yes, but the bonus revenue is the unique BR. It doesn't count renewals.
Gotcha.
Going forward, it will. And your payment processing customers and healthcare, those don't count from the past. Going forward, they will.
Okay, that's what I was going to clarify was, were you going to convert those to a bonus revenue value and convert that to past revenue to add it in the total? But you just answered that. So.
Yeah, only bonus revenue from fundings, unique BR that we are tracking for DAC 1, 2, 4. That volume counts.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Katie Sprinkle, how are you, Katie?
I am wonderful. First off, this is fire. Totally awesome. Heck of a lot easier to explain to my team too. Second thing, with lines of credit, past customers, are the past draws going to count?
Well, we've got to be transparently honest with you. They may have been tabulating in error. They're not supposed to count. Lock draws are only supposed to count until the initial qualification of 600 bonus revenue. After that, it's considered renewal volume. Doesn't count as an additional customer. But we're finding that we may have been giving that volume to people in error. So
Okay.
to answer your question, it's not supposed to. It's only supposed to count renewals. That's considered renewal volume. But yet, so it may have counted, and so I got to look at it. That's why we haven't told everyone the ranks yet, because we got a little bit of a issue. Like, why is that lock volume counting, but that renewal is not? And that lock volume is not supposed to count toward the volume. So you may have seen your volume feeding you DAC 4, that 8,000 revenue requirement, lock volume feeding that when it wasn't supposed to, and we just weren't aware that it was.
Fair enough.
So
Thank you.
it's not supposed to. So it may take some time. So just so you know, our launch plan is by Sunday night, I want to send an email to every broker that's got customers and volume and tell you where you are on the table, because it won't be in your back office until the new program is done. So I'm going to tell you where you are and where we're paying as of Monday. You'll get an email telling you if you have an email on file, number one, and if number two, you have gotten one customer with bonus revenue tied to it, then you're on that list. And we've got a big, long list of people and their bonus revenue. But transparently, I've got our programmers looking at, why lock volume was counted and it's not supposed to. Going forward, yes, not going backwards. So we have to scrub some things and clear some data up to make sure it's all set. So you'll get that email Sunday night is the long and short. So, hey, many of you are at 60, some of you are at 70, some of you are at 80, rock and roll. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about this. I'm in the personal pay plan. I'm here. I know I'm at 360,000 original value. So, and I've got more than 20 clients. So I'm at the 80. That's nice, but that doesn't matter where I am. What matters is where you are. And if I can get here, you can get here. And that didn't count renewals. Renewals is probably 700,000 on top of that 3, right? And bonus revenue. So that's only the original volume, doesn't count any renewals. So where are you with when we start adding renewals, how quickly you're going to fly up this? That's the beautiful noise, is how quickly you fly up this with renewals, with locks, with payment processing, with everything. All right. And so I'm excited. Glad you're excited. No other questions from anybody? No other questions? No other questions? All right, folks. Then stay tuned. This will be uploaded by 4:30. So after 4:30 p.m., you'll be able to download it and read it. But it's everything we just talked about. If you see anything there that you think is confusing, read it again and again and again. I don't want to have 1,000 edit requests, but if you see an error, of course, let me know. But we've already vetted it and we think we found them all. So, but if you see something, let us know. Typing error, whatever. It'll be up by 4:30. The BizOp overview, your web page, your Partner With Us page will be changed before midnight tonight. You'll see the new video on your screen. And then the LMS will be updated early next week with comp plan added to it. So the details will make us compliant. And then we're going to make things more, easier to understand, new videos, etc. as well. All right. No other questions. Thank you all. God bless you. You rock. Any questions in the chat, by the way? I didn't ask support.
I think they were all answered.
Having trouble understanding the comp plan? This is it in a nutshell. Get certified, get qualified, recruit, help your recruits get qualified, make funding deals. I would say that's pretty cool, Don, but I'd flip it around. I'd say get certified, get customers. Make funding deals, babe. Get certified, get customers, because then you are qualified. And then enroll other brokers who do the same. That's how I'd say it in the easiest way. Get certified, get customers, enroll other brokers who do the same. I see some here. If a client applied for funding, but they have not received July's, that's a funding question. Yep, you take that to support. We have many emails and calls about the LMS training, how to start. Yeah, go back to your back office. Oh, that's Sharon. Thanks, Mom. Go to your back office. Yes. and click on get certified. Larry says, I'll be a millionaire. Love it. I believe it. If they don't have their July bank statement yet, they got to wait till they get it, Ebony. It's because it's August 1st now. Unfortunately, that's where the end of the month. They may need to wait a day or two. All good. Rocket ship. Okay. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else, any comments that need to be said. Apparently not, or else your support team would have said it. All right, guys. I love you all. I appreciate y'all. I'm excited for y'all. Let's go out there and climb this ladder and help others do the same. And every time you climb a step, it means a raise. Give yourself a raise. You could all get a raise tomorrow, today. Get a client, you get a raise, more than likely. Till you get up in this area, then you need more clients. But early on, every client pretty much gets you a raise. They're in the early stages, and